Hello everyone, this is Peter from Advantech Automation Group, Middle Eastern and Africa sales team. Welcome and thank you for joining today's webinar. And I think most people already arrived in our meeting, so we are going to start it. Before we introducing our agenda, I would like to share with you that, as we all know, the mining industry play a crucial role in the Middle East and Africa region. It's contributed significant to economic growth and employment across the region. In fact, the mining remains one of the backbone industries, with the resources such as gold, diamond, copper, and other minerals driving the export and investment. In addition, improving efficiency and enhancing workplace safety have become highly important issues in this industry. So today, we are going to share how to utilize the Edge AI solution to overcome extreme environmental challenges like the harsh environment temperature and the risk of explosion at the working site. Okay. And here's the agenda of the webinar. Today we have 5 speakers from Advantech different divisions. They are going to share the insight of the mining industry they have observed and how Advantech makes the mining industry more efficient and safer. The entire webinar will cover topics including intelligent mobile solutions, human-machine interface, cybersecurity, and remote I/O solutions. And our first speaker is Ben Lin, who is the Senior Director from Advantech. Ben is going to share how the heavy-duty machinery embraces safety, efficiency, and sustainability. So everyone, let's welcome Ben.
Hi everyone, welcome to Edge Computing in Action. I'm Helen, and today we are going to talk about the giant of the industry, the intelligent industrial autonomous equipment, which takes important roles from mining to construction. But how can AI make it smarter? Well, today we have Van to tell us more about it. Hi Van, good to have you.
Hi Helen, hi everyone.
Hi, so Van, let's start with the basics, right? So explain with us that why does Advantech focus on industrial autonomous equipment?
Okay, so 40 years ago, Advantech focused on industrial computing. And then we talk about IoT. IoV is part of the IoT, Internet of the Thing, that includes the Internet of the Vehicle. Then we talk about AIoT. Definitely it also includes about AIoV. And when people think about vehicle, always green energy and intelligence will combine together. Right now, what kind of vehicles Advantech should or will focus? Definitely not the consumer vehicles. So we don't work with all those kind of cars you will drive daily, but we mainly work on enterprise, industrial, intelligent, autonomous machine and the device. All these kind of things that will include about port, mining, construction, agriculture, warehouse. All this stuff all need more intelligent machine to help for better productivity, efficiency, and safety.
Right, so you mentioned that especially you focus on the heavy-duty machinery,
Yep.
right? And we have many harsh conditions that really needs these machines. And among those, I know that mining is one of the most demanding and harsh conditions in these sectors. So explain with us, like in the mining condition, what are the key challenges that you are facing, and do you have any solutions?
Okay, so the first thing is that Advantech work in mining industry for more than 20 years. And based on all those real practice, even until now, we recognize one thing. Sorry for the global still have a war over there, and right now for natural resource, that's the most important things for any countries, no matter you are the emerging country or you are a very mature region. Natural resource definitely is the power. So many countries invest the very big amount for the mining industry. That will include about intelligent mine site setup. That also include about intelligent mining machine. No matter about underground or say open mine site, all definitely need a lot of the mining device over there. And in the past 20 years, Advantech have our honors to participate the very first tier leader, Komatsu, to help them to from the level 2 to level 5 of the different of the intelligent mining vehicle. And based on that offering, again, Advantech can offer no matter from intelligent mindset setup, include about connectivities, network setup, cellular, server, and even for the intelligent mining machine. And we still mainly focus on productivity, safety, and efficiency.
As we can see that many countries pay attention to mining, right? Do Advantech have any solutions toward mining to tackle the disadvantages and the challenges?
Okay, so again, in mining side, right now it's a booming demand. And right now, too much requirements over layers. And then we need to invest a lot of the people and machine over layers. And mining side is a very difficult environment. Mm-hmm. That means in the deep mountains. And then if the equipment have any issues, have any problem or any safety risk, then the mining site must be shut down. So the safety is the most key challenge. And again, based on booming requirement, we need to invest a lot of the new machine over layers and also have a quite fresh operator will get into layers. And they are not so familiar about all those things. And again, that's harsh environment. So people is not very easy working environment. So some other remote control will be needed. Difficult environment, deep in the mountains, remote control. All those things is very critical. And also, not only the pole have the strike issues, even in the mining side also have the same topic. And if we want the mining side to have productivity and efficiency, try to not to rely on so much for the experienced peoples. We need to try to use more technology to let the machine and the mining side to work more efficient. And the Advantech's decades of the solid experience in this domain, so we can deliver again intelligent mine side solutions to build up the intelligent mine side environment. Again, no matter about connectivity based on the Wi-Fi, private 5Gs or V2S technology for communication. And we also have an intelligent mining machine device equipped with our solid, trusted track in vehicle computer solutions combined with our ecosystem, like say LiDAR, radar, and all the AMR software partner platforms. We can form up all those autonomous solutions together. So no matter from the diagnostic connectivities about the vehicle situation and the health check and the pre-diagnostic, all those things, and even for remote control. That means people will not need to sit in the vehicle, but sit in the full air conditioned areas. He still can remote control the machine, especially in a very difficult environment. And eventually, definitely, that will be the autonomous vehicle. When we talk about intelligent vehicle or autonomous vehicles, it have a different phase to migrate. So the first one will just talk about position and locationing, just know where is the vehicle. Of course, that's very important. But later on, we still need to understand the vehicle situation and any existing or possible mistake or issues or machine have some more broken topic. And then we can, based on those big data, have the machine learning, and we can do the diagnostic and even prevention of some issue will happen. That's about the predictions. And then we can picture people is not okay to working in the very difficult environment. We need some remote control technology over there. And then the last step will be the autonomous. Autonomous is a very big topic, but definitely that's our goal. But before the autonomous, from level 2 to level 4, people still will sit in those industrial intelligent machines, and all those communication activity AIs will help the drivers, help the operator to drive this machine in high productivity, efficiency, and reduce the risk. That will include about driver behavior management, blind spot detections. That will talk about the AI to understand this digging is really productive or that need more time. So we can analyze all the things. We provide all kinds of different layers of the solutions. So that's Advantech. We can lead you to the better intelligent mining environment and eventually aim for overall harsh environment based on our rugged edge AI solutions.
Right. So it sounds very comprehensive, right? So the solution covers many layers, and also it seems like you have aliens with different partners, so that you can make the solutions more and more efficient. So finally, I wonder, in these harsh conditions, how can you make sure your solutions can keep it more reliable and also keep it efficient?
Okay. So again, deep mountains, far from the city, that's mine-size features. So in this kind of the very remote site and the difficult environment, Advantech offers from embedded to system to mine-site related solutions. No matter from the CPU modules, connectivity modules, storage, all this kind of embedded stuff will let people will be able to build this kind of a system. And Advantech also provide the trusted in-vehicle computing solution like a track, like racks, like a DOT. All this stuff will be easily for you to deploy the very intelligent in-vehicle solutions. And combined with the different sensors, different sensor fusions, LiDAR, radar, cameras, and all kinds of CAN bus controls, we can implement all these kind of things together. And eventually, this machine need to run in the field for decades. Because those kind of machines, that will cost most of the vendors at least 1 million to 3 million, or even much more. And we all expect those machines can run in the field 7 and 24. We expect no strike issues. We expect no safety issues. We expect all the things can move day and night. So based on all this need, all our communication, computing, and the AI technology can help the machine and the mining site to be work in a very, very efficient way. And the best practice is Advantech did participate in this market for decades. We are not only know about the technology only, we know what the mining sites needed. And they do expect about the trusted, reliable, and stable longevity support, and also the very long years, more than decades of the RMA service, and also the very trusted remote control technology. So that's what the overall Advantech can offer. And we also will be define the future's mining technology roadmap. So we work with the no matter AI vendors like NVIDIA, Halos, Intels, AMDs, and also communication vendors like V2S, all these things. And we try to, based on all this technology, leading this industry to move for the new future, for more higher productivity, safety, and lower the risk.
Excellent presentation. So now we are moving to our next speaker, Min Liu. Min is the BDM of Advantech Intelligent Mobile Solutions. He's going to share further how Edge AI system can bring an autonomous system to the next level. So Min, it's your turn now.
Thank you, Van, for sharing current mining trends and challenges. So good day, everybody. My name is Min, and I'm a Business Development Manager for Advantech Intelligent Mobile Solutions. As Van mentioned earlier, the mining industry faces significant challenge. To overcome those, autonomous mining operations are no longer just a concept. They are the future. In fact, our strategy partner, Komatsu, began this journey as early as 2007, more than 15 years ago. So why is the industry moving toward autonomy? Let me share 4 key benefits that make autonomous mining a game changer. First, about mining safety. Safety is the #1 priority in mining. Autonomous systems significantly reduce the need for human operation in hazardous zones. And second, 24-hour, 7 days mining operation. Unlike human operator, autonomous equipment doesn't need to break, shift, or change or take a rest. This means mining operation can run continuously. And third, for repair and maintenance. Autonomous systems are equipped with sensors and AI monitoring equipment health in real time. This enable predictive maintenance. And fourth, boost efficiency. Autonomous mining equipment use AI to optimize routes, manage fuel consumption, and coordinate fleets. So those are the 4 key benefits for an autonomous vehicle. And this is a basic autonomous holding system, holding trucks there. So I want to give you some of the key ideas. What are the key elements or equipment on this kind of autonomous holding systems? Later, when I share about each of the different applications, you have more better idea why Advantech Edge AI are used in this kind of application. So a basic cell is, of course, first, sensor. You need to know the environment. So the sensor will be LiDAR, radar, a lot of camera, temperature sensor, gravity, geo, compass, and GPS. Those provide the environmental information to the equipment. So just like human eye, the machine need those sensors to know whereabouts and know the equipment. Once you collect data, the second, you need the communication. Some of the gateway or switches to pass all those information and to the computer or back to the backend to the server. So those are the communication parts. The last, of course, will be the computing. The vehicle is moving always, so it needs some instant computing power. This is why Advantech nowadays is pushing for Edge AI. And of course, for more heavy computing, and some is not in need of real time, the data will pass to the backend server to do more high-end computing or do a control in the control room. So those sensor, communication, and Edge AI set an IoT world for this vehicle moving around in the mining field. So let's next talk about a few of the different systems. We break down the systems so you know that even if for your customer or for your mining side, if they don't need autonomous systems, but those breakdown systems actually can help their mining operation. First, I want to talk about the durability map system for on the vehicle. So knowing that for underground tunnel mining or open pit mining, the geographic structure is changing all the time. And on the mining side, there's not a definite route telling the driver where it can go. It's not clear. So they need a navigation system telling them where's the green area, where's the red area. Red area, of course, means that you shouldn't drive. And the blue path you see on the map is actually the right path the system suggests the driver to go to. And for this durability map systems, it actually insists of radar, LiDAR, and of course the GPS location of telling where the truck whereabouts, and the camera to give the right direction. And for Advantech, we provide this ruggedized panel system, just as you see on the top right, to give the driver a sunlight readable display to show that where is your goals and give you clear information. And you can see on the back of the system, it gives some of the customized cable connection servers to connect to the truck itself. As you know that on a truck, it doesn't always provide necessary computer cable, just like what you see on the Lenovo computer or your home computer. It's always using the IP rating waterproof connector, and it's actually very ruggedized for those connectors. And this is also part of Advantech provider service, which I will talk about later. And next is the loading assist control. So just like how you drive your car will divide the autonomous system into level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4. So similar to a truck actually provides different part of assistant control to help the truck's operation. Because each of the vehicle on the mining side is actually doing its own, just for example, digging is doing digging. And for the loading holding truck is doing the loading of the material. So of course, this kind of AI system can help the loading better of like, it can give you a height detection, so it doesn't go over height, overweight. And it can distribute the weight more evenly, so the vehicle won't roll over because the weight is not distributed evenly by the other operator. And it can, of course, minimize the equipment waiver when you use those truck on the right weight and in the right way. So the AI should provide more information to the driver, knowing whereabouts are the truck right now and how much it weighs on the back of the material. And what Advantech provides is actually this kind of edge computer, which have the LiDAR to sense what are the material is placed evenly at the back of the truck, and how big are those rocks, because some of the rock is actually too big for some of the truck to carry around. So this kind of LiDAR can provide persist as like by the rock of the size of 1 meter by 1 meter. And even, of course, the larger rock is not a difficult thing for this kind of computer to analyze and provide the precise information, not just to the driver, also to the back end to monitor our those driver is following the right safety procedure when they putting on the material on another truck. And next, another part of the system, autonomous system, is remote control. Why remote control is because if you know some of the digging side or some of the coverage side, it's actually in some very dangerous side, dangerous places. And if we can remove the operator from the driver's seat, that of course provide more better safety, because when something unfortunately happens, there's no driver on the vehicle. It's only the equipment damage, which actually provide better safety prevention for the mining side and also for the mine side to report to the government. We are providing the best safety procedure for all our operator, because the operator is not even on the vehicle itself. The operator is actually doing the operation in some remote control room. Okay? So for this kind of remote control system, it will consist of two things. One is what are the ruggedized vehicle set up on the construction vehicle. Another thing is the AI communication system set up on the remote control room. So let's look at for the vehicle. So the vehicle itself, of course, it sells three parts. One part is remote control computer. That will be the basic, just like control thing for the speed and brake. And the second is assistant control. So just like what I mentioned before, the assistant control can provide some of the, I would say, semi-autonomous operation for this kind of vehicle. And for all those operations, of course, you have to pass by the Wi-Fi communication to all those data to the communication room. And for operators to see in the communication room, they'll have a display and they'll get all those data from those sensors. So they can just sense or see how it is like in the operation room in the vehicle. And they can control using the direct Wi-Fi. This is the current technology, provide the very, very small latency to control the vehicle to do whatever the operation. Maybe it's a digging, maybe it's moving parts, or maybe it's drilling up to the vehicle itself. So this is like what are the Advantech solution, just as I mentioned. Advantech will make gateway, sensor, and display and communication. This kind of combination, you will see that repeatedly again in each other application to set up the basic power infrastructure for the mining operation. Next, essentially, this is the last application I want to share, the maintenance. So maintenance is very important because the operator is actually operating on the vehicle itself, and you probably cannot have another safety operator to monitor what are the way of or the safety procedure of those vehicles. So AI with camera, 24-hour monitoring all the surrounding, including the equipment itself, is the perfect usage of the maintenance. So you will see there are a few of the in the middle of the picture. You will see we point out a few of things. So for operator around the vehicle, and the rocks the vehicle is going to pick up, and the equipment itself. So those are the cameras 24-hour monitoring. So to give the driver the idea to avoid other operators surrounding a vehicle, avoiding picking up those rocks are too large for the vehicle to pick up itself, and the vehicle condition itself. So when any of the wheel or any of the pickup forklift, which is not on the right condition for the operator to operate anymore, you will send a maintenance signal to operator and to the back end. So the driver know, well, the vehicle have to be maintained right now because it's not suitable anymore. And this is perfect for AI to do that monitoring 24 hours. Okay. So next, I want to summarize all the requirement we get from the customer from those environment, what they actually needed for our equipment to survive in this kind of harsh environment. Knowing that some of the conditions I list out on this page, it might not even be able to achieve by our current IPC. We actually need some of our assistance by some protecting gear, and this is actually part of the Advantech service. So I give you one example. A lot of mining customers asking our device to survive minus 40 degrees up to 120 degrees because some of the underground mining is just so hot. But the Intel, the CPU can only last for 99 degrees. So those are the conditions the customer gives us. They cannot improve the environment because it's just how it is. So what Advantech service is, we actually suggest that, well, we can make some of the cooling system by third party and contain our equipment within that cooling system, so our system can survive within that kind of harsh environment. So you get the idea that for Advantech, we are not just standing from the point of manufacture. We're actually standing from the customer point. How our equipment plus some of the third-party solution to make our device to survive this kind of environment. So what is the temperature? And we also got a lot of requests for Linux, Yocto, and IED. And of course, Windows is part of our reliable partner. And certification, EMARC, and you have this kind of shock vibration, low stuff, all for part of our category and all part of our service. And for all those requirements, then we come with this kind of rack standard product. This is our offering to our customer. You can buy those standard product off the shelf and do some testing. So you will see that we have the display, like the DOT series, and we have the AI Edge computer for rack series. And you will see the customized connector and 30 days detailed service. This is our answer to all our customers. And for those connector, yes, as I say, at Advantech, we are the expert for making computer, but we also have a lot of partners who are expert in their field. So this we also provide to our customers. We provide customized cable service to connect any kind of different cable you use in the mining site. And for the top of our range, we also provide the modular system. So meaning that if you definitely need everything. You need a car power, you need the Intel system plus NVIDIA. You also need a power switch and RF router all into one system. We can make that customized servers, and this is actually our standard product. But if you don't need this kind of customized design, you can just choose whatever you want. And if you don't need any of that, we also provide entry servers, or you provide single edge AI computer just to do one of the application I just mentioned before. So meaning that Advantech will provide wide range of product for you to choose from, and you can also customize whatever you need. And if those standard product and customized solution still doesn't fit your choice, we actually have a lot for our VIP customer like Komatsu, Rio Tinto. They definitely need something customized itself. Then we also provide the consultative detail service to specially customize the product, specially fit for their solution. And this is probably something I want to introduce to you. Overall, our RMS product team, what we are actually provides the product range and what our product can actually fit in to this kind of AI automation or autonomous mining solution. Thank you for listening.
Okay, thank you for sharing. And our next speaker is Frank Dai from the Human Machine Department. And Frank will focus on the safety topic, which is especially crucial for mining industry, as we all know. For many applications, there are specific certifications and standards like the ATAS and the C1D2, which we know is the Class 1 Division 2. It's also the standard for explosion-proof solutions. And Frank is going to share why these certifications are important. And he will also share that what kind of solution the bank can offer for this kind of requirement. So Frank, welcome.
Hello, this is Frank from Advantech, and I'm the product manager responsible for the explosion-proof HMI here at Advantech headquarters. And today, I'm going to introduce to you guys about the HMI product line for the hazardous environment, and that is explosion-proof product. And here are some market trends about the mining and explosion-proof market. According to the Allied Market Research and the Grandview Research, the global HMI market will value at around 5.2 and 5.5 billion US dollar in 2023, and it is expected to surpass the $11 billion threshold by 2028, with a CAGR at around 8%. At the same time, the mining automation market is also accelerating, estimating to become a $4.2 billion market in 2024 and projected to reach the $8.3 billion segment in 2030, with a CAGR at around 7%. But these are just raw numbers. The growth reflects a clear shift that the global industry and the automation market is fastly digitalized and require both safety and productivity. And therefore, we believe that our explosion-proof product will become more and more important in our HMI product profile, which offer a more modern computational power and the explosion-proof certification. And this is our first explosion-proof HMI that just began mass production at the start of 2025. And its name is SPC 618 Whiskey Echo. And this is our first IEC, AEX, and ATEX certified industrial HMI. So we do offer certain type of explosion-proof model in our previous product line, but they are often only Class 1 Division 2 certified, and that could limit its application. Also, more upcoming explosion-proof model will be available in year 2026 and year 2027. And let me just introduce about the differences between ATEX and Class 1 Division 2 briefly. So as you can see in the green rectangle at the left of the slide, our original offering only includes C1D2 certified model. That includes the TPC 318WH and 125H and 155H. And these machines are only certified for North American market, since C1D2 is a North American standard. While the rest of the world often recognize the ATEX or IEC-EX explosion-proof standard. That is why we are planning for the introduction of a whole new product line called the SPC 600 series. And the first of it is the 618 Whiskey Echo that I just mentioned. And we're going to plan for the introduction of the 6112 and 6115 Echo in the start of 2026, which will replace the traditional TBC 125H and 155H at the lower end market segment. And here are some comparison between the traditional Class 1 Division 2 and the ATEX certification symbol. So as you can see, if you focus on the product label of different explosion-proof product, we are required to mark the explosion-proof level certified for this machine on every product label. And ATEX use different category for explosion-proof level than C1T2 standard. All different symbol and the character have their own definition. And in the following page, I'll use our first machine, the 618 Whiskey Echo, as an example for the explanation. So every explosion product will label these information on their product label. For example, in the yellow rectangle, you can see our information for our 618 Whiskey Echo. And the first category on the label will be the equipment group, which describes the type of industry that the machine can be implemented. In this case, the Group 2 machine can only be used in the service industry. So any type of operation below the surface will require a Group 1 machine. And the equipment category will be our second item in our product label description. So it describes the type of zone of the machine that is certified for. For example, in terms of gas protection, zone 0, zone 1, and zone 2 is used. And zone 20, 21, and 22 is used for dust protection. The smaller the number is, the higher level of the protection is offered by the machine. And the type of protection is described in the type of method that our machine used to comply the explosion-proof certification. So, for example, our machine offer the TC type of protection in the dust category, which means that our machine will design a specialized enclosure to make sure that the operation of the machine will not infect our hazard environment. And finally, in the gas and dust group category, it lists out the type of gas and dust that our machine is designed to work with. So for example, the group 2C means that our machine is certified to work with hazardous gas, such as hydrogen, while the 3C category means that our machine can work properly under the environment with conductive dust. And finally, the type of the temperature class describe the maximum surface temperature that our machine could reach when it works under the ambient temperature between -20 and 60 degrees. So our SPC 618 is certified under Zone 2 and 22 condition, which means that it could be used in an area where explosion gas atmosphere are not likely to occur. And even if they do, they will only exist for a short period of time. For the scenario that of explosion gas atmosphere are continuously or likely to present for a long period of time, Zone 020 and Zone 121 certified machine will be needed. And this page describes our specification of the SPC 618 Whiskey Echo. And when compared to our legacy model, the TPC 318WH, we have a significant upgrade in terms of CPU, RAM, and SSD. And we choose a more modern CPU, the Rapid Lake U-based Core i7 as its main cell, as its computer horsepower. And in terms of RAM, we offer a much newer DDR5 memory. And in terms of SSD, we offer, besides traditional TLC SSD, we also offer a much robust and endurable STLC SSD, which will be explained in next page. And our machine is also certified to operate under the temperature range of -20 and 60 degrees. And it was also IP66 protected. But just bear in mind that our machine is only certified to use under the panel mount condition. So please make sure that the HMI is properly installed in the regulated IP54 enclosure. And what is the STLC? So STLC is actually a specialized SSD offered by Advantech. And traditional TLC is often limited by the read and write cycle due to its design. So once it runs out of the read-write cycle, then the SSD might fail. And STLC is designed to counter this characteristic. So STLC offers way more longevity than traditional TLC. And that is perfect. That is a perfect solution for explosion-proof products. So you might know that all explosion-proof products can be maintained outside of certified location. In the case of Advantech, our sole certified location for production and maintenance is our factory and production line at Taiwan. What that means is that if the SSD failed in the field, it has to be sent back to our factory in Taiwan for further maintenance, and that will increase costs and downtime of our machine. So STLC will solve this problem since it has a way longer longevity when compared to TLC SSD. It even has longer longevity than the traditional MLC SSD, which is known for its longevity. And our SPC series 600 series is focusing on these 4 target applications: the hazardous outdoor installation. And in this case, most of our inquiry often came from the oil and gas industry. So as you may know, the oil and gas industry can be categorized in 3 domains: the upstream, the midstream, and the downstream. The upstream location is often responsible for the oil drilling itself, while the midstream and downstream is more related to oil pipeline, storage, and gas distribution. And based on our inquiry and most of our customer feedback, since our machine is certified with Zone 2 and Zone 22, it's more suitable for the midstream and downstream application. So a lot of our customer has purchased our machine for gas station application or oil storage application. And beside oil and gas, we're also trying to enter the pharmaceutical and food and beverage industry. So as you may know, in a lot of pharmaceutical factory, volatile and highly reactive solvent were often presented. And in the food beverage industry, the flavor and the powder that could exist at that scenario is often pretty hazardous and require the explosion-proof machine for it to work properly. So we believe that our SP600 series is also suitable for the pharmaceutical and food industry. And last but not the least, we are also trying to enter the toxic and flammable chemical industry. For example, in certain Oceania customer, our 618 Whiskey Echo is often used in hydrogen energy industry. As you may know, hydrogen is a really flammable gas and can become really dangerous if the equipment aren't explosion proof. And finally, here are some of our offering of the SPC 618 Whiskey Echo. So for the high-end market, we will offer the STLC SSD and a much bigger RAM size. Now, since STLC offer much more, way more endurance and longevity when compared to traditional TLC, it is also priced at a higher price tag. So we also consider those customers that do not require such longevity. And here are our entry product offering from our SPC 618 Whiskey Echo for our 618 Whiskey Echo. So we also offer the traditional TLC and the RAM size of 16 gigabyte. And these two machines are much more cost effective. So if your application does not require such longevity and does not require such does not require the endurance of the SSD, there are also these two offerings. And these are our future offering for our explosion-proof HMI. So the current sole product for the explosion-proof market is the 618 Whiskey Echo that I mentioned. However, in the late 2025 or early 2026, we are also planning to introduce two other machines, the 612 Echo and the 615 Echo. These two machines will utilize the Elder Lake NCPU, which is less powerful but more cost-effective. We are also planning to introduce the LCD panel with high brightnesses. That is over 1,000 nit of LCD brightnesses. And these features should allow our machine to be more competitive in the explosion-proof market. And in 2026, we're planning to introduce large size HMI, a 21-inch model HMI, which also feature a high brightness panel. And we're planning for more different size of explosion-proof product in the future too. And this is my presentation today. So if you have any type of question or inquiry about our specification or the explosion-proof detail, please contact the sales and PM that is responsible for this product line. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Frank, for sharing and your insight of the mining industry. Now we are knowing all the details about the ATES and the C1D2 certification. And now let's move forward to the next session. Our next speaker is Frank Zheng. He's a project supervisor of Advantech Industrial Communication Department. And Frank will share why cybersecurity certificate, the IEC 62443, is getting important in mining industry and what ideal proposal Advantech can offer to mining industry and the related applications. So Frank, welcome.
Hello, everyone. I'm Frank. I'm a product manager of the industrial networking. Okay, today I want to introduce a topic about building a high cybersecurity industrial network in mining. Okay. Okay, here is my agenda. Okay, today I want to introduce from the first one about the top 10 trend in the mining, and the second is about cybersecurity risk in the mining industry. Then I will go through about IEC 62443 introduction. Then we will talk about building a high security network in the mining. Okay, and then I will share our application story, then do the summary. And finally, I will introduce our ruggedized AK95600 series main applications. Okay, you can see we can see that the money is getting more and more important, and then there are many top 10 trends you can see on this slide. Okay, we can see from there are great variety of different trends, and from the AI automation, okay, to the deep sea mining, even to IoT integration, okay, or some like the space mining as supply chain management, etc. Okay, we can see they all will be connect between each other. It means that the networking is getting more and more important. Okay, because they now need to connect with many different devices. Okay, but sometimes they need to get to the cloud, right? Okay, so we can see the cybersecurity, okay, or networking is getting more crucial role, okay, in the mining application. Okay, so sometimes we can maybe there was some risk, okay, about the mining. Okay. Okay, this slide show about cybersecurity risk, okay, in the mining industry. Okay, we all know that mining is a very capital intensive industry. Okay, so rely on very automation product. Okay, and as mining operation is getting on more digital system. Okay, we can see the industry faces very different types of cyber risk. Okay, from the top one, okay, we can see the ransomware. Okay, the severity will be it's very high, or even from the network penetration. Okay, from the no matter from the OT or IT. Okay, the severity will be getting high and the impact is very large. Okay, and such as the financial loss. Okay, or even the loss of intellectual property, etc. Where we can see all of about 10 main cybersecurity risk. We can see all the severity is very high to medium. Okay, and it means that the impact to our no matter from the company, even to the industry, even to our partner, okay, impact will be very large. So that's the reason we need to implement a more secure environment, no matter in our product or in our this kind of applications. Okay, and what will be our idea, okay, method, okay, to implement the cybersecurity? Okay, usually we will talk about the cybersecurity, okay, and this is our suggestion, okay, because the IEC 62443. Okay, let me do some introduction. Okay, IEC 62443 is focus on the security industrial automation and the control system. This system are for the backbone and for many industry such as the energy, manufacturing, transportation, etc. Okay, and it's a very global standard and can implement in many different applications. Okay, and what makes IEC 62443 unique is because it makes a very historic and the risk-based approach. And it not only addresses the technology, but also about the people, or about the process, or about the system. Okay, so it involves a great variety, okay, and very comprehensive about the cybersecurity from the different, different role. Okay, and then the standards to structure to guide owners or system integrators or the product suppliers. Okay, help all of our partners to ensure very robust cybersecurity across the different life cycle. Okay, and this standard is broken, is break down into the different parts. Okay, we can see from the first one is about the general. Okay, it is like the concept or models, policies, etc. Okay, this is about so it's like a -1. It's talk about the general. Okay, the standard. Okay, then second one is about the policy and procedure. Okay, what the owners or company need to comply. Okay, and for the system level, it's like a requirement. Okay, for the system level, like such as system integrators. Okay, they will need to check about the -3. Okay, for their assets. And the final is about for the component level, we call it -4. Okay, 4. This -4 is about the products, including the product development or even to the product itself. Okay, so we can see that for us at the Advantech, we mainly focus on this one, or -4, -1, -4, -2, because we are the component supplier. Okay, and it means if customer, for example, they are the system integrator or like an asset owner, when they want to implement the 62443, they will need to choose the related products, okay, to fulfill. Okay, so that's we are the best solution to customer to integrate in their system or into their whole to the asset owner for if you want to implement this cybersecurity standard. Okay. Okay, so as a network solution, we at Advantech we are a leading company. Okay, for provide different many products about networking. Okay, so this is about our industrial switch product portfolio. Okay, we from the modularized, we have very different types. We have from the modularized managed switches, we have this one. Okay, it's very flexible. Customer can use a module, okay, to implement what the combination they need. That is about the managed switch. Okay, it's from the layer 2 over to others. Okay, and we including the dimware or recommend. Okay, that is about for the M12 connector Ethernet switches. Okay, it's a very high vibration protection because they are the M12 connector. So okay, it's better than other 45 to some high vibration environment. Okay, then it's about the AX2000 series. It's about the unmanaged Ethernet switches. Okay, finally it's about fiber media converter. Okay, so you can see we have for the EKI, we call it AKI. Okay, AKI switch series. We have a great variety from the memory top application for the modularized, then to the managed switch, to the unmanaged switch. Okay, and including some vertical market for the 9500 series is a M12 connector. Okay. Okay, and what's our suggestion? Okay, to customer to implement in the mining to build a high security network. Okay, we will suggest with our 9500 series. Okay, there are some advantage of this series. Okay, from the hardware side, this is a M12 connector. So we can see the RJ45 have a risk of sometimes it's easy to lose the connectors, and the M12 is a screwable connectors, so it can meet the high vibration protection. This kind of requirement. Okay, so and this is about the first one. Then operating temperature can achieve very wide range. We can support to the -40 to 75. Okay, so it's can implement in very harsh environment. Okay, and from the software side, okay, for the cybersecurity side, okay, we can talk about this. This product is a managed switch. We can ensure the production continuity It means that we can prevent network attacks. Maybe they will cause some operation disruptions. Okay. And the second one is about we can improve the management efficiency because user can enable remote monitoring. Okay, and it's do some intelligent management through the secure network connections. Okay, and from here we can talk about the data security. It's very important. Okay, because we want to protect the some confidential data and some integrity of some critical operation data. Okay, we can enhance the data security. Okay, and then finally is about the compliance. Okay, because maybe in some regions they will have some requirement about cybersecurity. Okay, and the IEC 62443 is the most popular for the cybersecurity. That's the reason this series certified with S2443-4-2 compliant. Again, we can meet many different global countries their requirement about cybersecurity for the Ethernet switches. Okay, so to be concluded, if we want to implement in the mining this kind of application for the networking, such as switches, okay, we will suggest this one, IT 9500 series. Okay, we can the products combinations from the 8 Pro to the 28. Okay, so we believe can fulfill many different type of mining vehicles. Okay, their requirements. Okay, so here is some example about our mining application story. Okay, in the Advantech, we not only of the network switch, we have the IPs as well. Okay, and we can provide a total solution, including from our IPC, switch, even camera. Okay, we have the camera. Okay, and the customer can implement in the mining vehicles and connect to many sensors, or like a pressure sensor, or even some radar, etc. Okay, so the user operator can use to implement our Advantech total solution for the mining. Okay, it's so you can do like a one-stop shopping. Okay, so not only for the total solution, but we can provide a very high cybersecurity protection in this kind of environment. Okay. Okay, to summary, we Advantech we provide a great variety of network solutions. Okay, certified with the IEC 62443. Okay, not only for the 9500 series, for the other managed switch, other 45 series, we also certified with this one as well. Okay, so and furthermore, okay, for Advantech, we want to enhance the security development operation process. So our company, okay, implement, okay, this kind of cybersecurity committee. Okay, this kind of is set up on the last year. Okay, this this purpose to increase the cybersecurity across products, across regions, communication. So you can see we have many different methods or even the committee, okay, to products or to our customer if they want to implement the cybersecurity in their project or even in their industry. Okay, we have a dedicated this kind of a committee can help our customer, okay, to build up the cybersecurity. Okay, and then you can see that we have already certified with our IEC 62443. That's one. Okay, sorry, that's four. Okay, so it's about our cybersecurity plan. Okay. Okay, and finally, I think the 9500 series is not only for the heavy duty or for the mining, this kind of application, but because this is M12 connectors, so we target for other series, other applications as well. The first one is about the railway, okay, because the product will be certified with the EM15 1.5. Okay, this is target for the railway, Lone Star, this kind of application. Okay, and the second will be the intelligent bus, because we certify with like the EMARC or like ID4PD. Okay, these are target for the intelligent bus, this kind of environment. Okay, so for the M12 industrial switch, okay, we target mainly for these three areas, including the heavy duty, including the mining, okay, for the railway and for the bus vehicle. Okay, so even to conclude, our 9500 series can meet, okay, can implement in many some like a high potential vibration protection, this kind of environment and applications. Okay, this is our very ideal product for this kind of applications. Okay, so if you have any kind of a project or some requirement about for the Ethernet switch, not only for this these three topics, okay, and all others, just feel free to contact us to more discussion. Okay, so this this is the present what I present. Thanks for your attention. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Frank. That's a very informative session. So we are now moving to our final session. And the next speaker is Jordan Jiang. He is the product manager from Advantech Remote IO department. And he's going to share how to utilize the rugged IO solution in harsh and outdoor mining environment. So let's work on Jordan together.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining today's webinar. My name is Jaden Zhang, and I will guide you through how Advantech's rugged IP67 Profinet and IoT IO add-on 200 PN empowering mining automation in harsh outdoor environments. Today, we will cover why mining needs ruggedized Ethernet IoT IO, then market trends, challenges, product features, and real application benefits. Mining is one of the harshest industrial environments. Dust, water, vibration, and shocks are everywhere. Operations must run 24/7 on conveyors, pumps, and ventilation systems, while data needs to be secure and stable for SCADA and MES. Therefore, mining requires I/O devices that are IP67, cabinet-free, vibration-resistant, and ready for seamless IoT integration. The benefits are lower setup costs, higher reliability, and safer operations with real-time monitoring. Looking at the global market, industrial Ethernet already accounts for nearly 70% of remote I/O adoption. Among this, Profinet is the largest share, 18%, and in EMEA, about 3.7 times more than Modbus. This shows the trend is very clear. Distributed assets are moving away from legacy fieldbus to Ethernet, and Profinet is the strongest ecosystem, supported by Siemens, Phoenix Contact, Wago, and many others. Advantech now is expanding ADAM-IO from Modbus TCP to Profinet to meet this fast-growing demand. The ADAM 200 PN series provides four major values: rugged and reliable design. Its IP67 wide temperature range from extremely low to high, strict EMC protection, and railway level shock vibration endurance compliance. And then the protocol versatility means that the Profinet, Modbus TCP, and optional IoT protocols. And then it's a flexible installation, cabinet, free wall mount,
M12 push-pull, and screw lock. And a lot of user-friendly operation adding value features that I will mention later. These values make Advantech 200PN ideal for harsh field environments. The Advantech 200PN supports advanced Profinet functions like real-time 1 millisecond cycle, lower than 500 millisecond fast startup, MRP redundancy, and IMM data for asset management. It's also compatible with Siemens and diverse PLCs and software. And it can also connect via Modbus TCP or optional MQTT for cloud projects. And for adding value features, besides supporting both power and Ethernet data chain, diverse and configurable I/O, there are also full LED status and diagnosis monitoring, printable labeling, encoder power supply, RTC communication, watchdog timer, keep DO less value data, protection functions, and complete per channel for or M12 port diagnostics functions. It is not only robust hardware. As you can see in the structure, it can also be smart and easy to integrate into PLC and SCADA systems. The trend is shifting from cabinet installation to machine mount distributed I/O. By placing I/O modules directly on the machine, we can cut cabling, installation, and maintenance cost at least 25% and simplify wiring. It also reduces installation and maintenance time while enabling faster deployment. Cabinet-free IP67 I/O is especially valuable for application with long conveyors, crushers, and pumps in mining or material handling. Here you can see the difference between centralized cabinet I/O and decentralized machine mount I/O. Cabinet-free solution eliminate long wiring, reduce noise, and minimize wiring errors. This opens up opportunities not only in mining, but also oil and gas, harbor, railway, air turbine, tower, food processing, logistics, and airport packaging handling. The ability to mount directly on machines bring flexibility and scalability to customers. The Advantech 200PN is truly designed for harsh environments, IP67 waterproof and dustproof, metal housing against oil, dirt, and humidity. It endures the wide temperature from extremely low to extremely high, and shock vibration resistance, and also the railway compliance and EMC protection with EST, EFT, and surge. And also the M12 push-pull connectors for fast and secure installation. These features ensure reliability in mining pits, offshore oil rigs, harbor cranes, railways, and renewable energy plants. The Advantech 200PN series includes multiple models to cover different I/O needs, such as the digital I/O and analog I/O, and also the RTD and thermocouples. All share the same rugged IP67 housing, M12 connectors, and wide operating temperature.
Customers can choose the right module depending on digital, analog, or temperature sensing requirements. Finally, let's look at the target applications. For the process automation, including the mining, oil and gas, harbor crane, power generation, and food and beverage, and also about the motion control, includes the printing, packaging, wood processing, wind turbines, and railways. And for the factory automation, also includes the automotive, conveyors, textiles, shipbuilding, logistics. So to summarize, mining and other harsh industries face dust, vibration, temperature, extreme, and distributed assets. The ADEN 200PN series delivered a rugged, cabinet-free, and Profinet-enabled solution with real benefits: lower cost, higher reliability, and optional seamless IoT integration. So, thank you for your time.
Okay, Jenny, thank you for a very detailed introduction for the new ADEN series. And then now it's time for the Q&A session and our online survey. So if there's any questions about any session during the webinar, please just leave your questions in the chat box now. And meanwhile, we would like to hear your feedback on our webinar. So please take your phone and just scan the QR code you can see on the screen and take 20 seconds to share your thought about today's event. And then you can also see that our client already shared